Hi guys, so fish pie, you have to bear with me, I'm filming myself again, Shell's a bit busy. So obviously you can put whatever you want in it. I have got a piece of salmon, I've got a little bit of brill, which is just that's come out of the freezer. So whatever white fish, if you've got hake, cod, haddock, whatever you can get. Sometimes you can see you'll see the like packs of fish pie mix in the shop, they're fine. What I would say is try and get hold of some smoked, whether it's smoked haddock, all they had yesterday was smoked coley, but it's grand, it just gives a good kind of deep smoky flavour to the sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of poach this in milk, the smoked fish, and then I'll make the sauce with the infused milk. The other two fish I'm just going to chop up. If you've got prawns, scallops, whatever your budget is, whatever, you know, you can go as kind of luxurious or as frugal as you want with this. So I'm just going to chop these up into kind of nice, you know, you don't want to be going too small, you want nice big pieces of fish to be chomping on, otherwise you just kind of lose it all. So I'll just break them down a little bit, and what I'll do is I'll kind of make the sauce, make the mash. I'll have some leeks and a little bit of celery and some herbs and peas and stuff through it, but I won't cook the fish until it's going into the oven, and that way then it doesn't kind of just all break down and just go to like a load of mush underneath mashed potato. You want the nice bites of fish, and you know, each portion to have a few different pieces, so you've got a bit more control on that if you do it in this way. So I've got some spuds on, I've just put them in the steamer while I get on the rest of it. Simple kind of mashed potato, you don't want it to be too loose, quite a stiff mash. I've got some herbs, so I've got just a few fennel tops there and some parsley and a few chives. Obviously, whatever, you know, if you've got chervil, dill, parsley and chives are great ones, but yeah, you know, improvise, don't be stressing about it too much. The leeks and the celery and the peas, you know, if you don't want to have too much veg in it, just omit them. So first thing we're going to do is just chop up this veg. So I'm going to split the leeks down the middle, give them a really good wash, and then I'll cut them into kind of 1 centimetre kind of dices. Same with the celery, split that into lengthways, finely dice the onion. So we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so I've got all my chopping done. So there's my onion there, finely diced, and the leeks and the celery. And then I've just chopped up all the herbs there. So if you want it to go a bit bigger, you can. I've just got little mouths to feed, so sometimes the smaller the better. So any little trimmings I had of herbs, and I've put a couple of cloves of garlic and 2 bay leaves in here. So I'm going to poach this piece of coley. So if you can get haddock or smoked cod or whatever you can, then it just gives the sauce a bit more flavour. So we'll go in with, I'll just measure it a bit. This is a 500ml mug. So it's going to be about 1.5 pints of milk. It's about 1.5 pints. Just coming up to the top of the fish, and we'll just put that on the heat. And what you want to do is bring it up to the boil. As soon as it comes to the boil, put a lid on it and turn it off, and just let it sit in the milk, and the heat will just warm it through enough to flake it down, and then you'll get a great flavour kind of infused into the milk. So we'll just it will be a little bit salty because it's smoked fish, but just a little bit of salt and a little twist of pepper in there as well. So while you're waiting on your mash and you're waiting for the fish, we'll just make a start on the sauce. So we're going to start with, there's probably about 70 grams, 80 grams of butter there, and just a little drizzle of olive oil as well. So just turn that on, and we're going to sweat down the onion till it's nice and soft first. So the butter's just starting to foam. Go in with the onion. Looks like quite a lot of butter, but that'll all get soaked up with the flour, and that'll be what thickens the sauce and enriches it. Again, tiny little pinch of salt. Just sweat them down for a good kind of 5 minutes. You want them to go nice and soft and translucent. So we'll just get a lid on this fish. It's just starting to come up now. Get a lid on that, let it come to the boil and then turn it off. So that's the spuds done. So just let them kind of steam for a minute and then put them into a pot. Give them a good mash and then just in with a little bit of butter and a little bit of milk and just season them to how you like it and just nice and smooth. So that fish is just coming up now. So we'll just put the lid on and just leave it aside. Onions sweating down nicely. If you wanted to do that, the milk and the fish a little bit before, that's fine. Just let it infuse. Just so you're not, I'm kind of working it all together at the same time, but you could get your mash done before and then concentrate on this rather than having it all going at the same time. You could poach your fish and let that infuse and then just take the fish out and you have the infused milk ready. But yeah, as I said, I'm kind of working it all at the same time. So once that's sweated down for a minute, we'll go in with the leeks and the celery. And we'll just give that a couple of minutes as well. Again, tiny little pinch of salt. So that's the mash ready to go there. So just keep that warm. Keep a little plate on that. Keep it warm. And then you see the leeks and the celery are nicely sweated down there. So we'll just go in with about 2 heat tablespoons of flour, just plain flour. I don't know, some people can't get flour, so what you could do is thicken with corn flour at the end. Probably won't get the same result, but it would, you could make do. Like if you've only got self-raising flour, it's not going to hurt if you used it. Strong bread flour, whatever. So just give that a minute. And then we'll get a sieve. I'll just put a couple of ladles of this milk. You can smell the fish. It's the lovely smoked coley. Just a bit of that in there. Start mixing that in. You'll see that'll thicken instantly. And just keep going with the milk. Should we give it a good mix? You don't want any lumps. So I've got the oven on nice and hot ready, so it's all going to go straight into the hot oven, and then you just want a few minutes just to cook the fish through and to get a nice crispy top. Some people put boiled eggs into fish pie. 1, I haven't got any eggs left, and 2, I'm not overly mad on it, so I'm not going to bother. So that'll take so that 2 tablespoons of 2 good tablespoons of flour, that will take all that milk there. So that's 1.5 pints of milk, 2 nice heaped tablespoons of flour. So we'll put all that in carefully. And then just turn the heat right down. And just let that cook out. It'll thicken again. And just keep stirring that every now and again. You don't want it to catch on the bottom. So just leave that ticking away. So we've got our mash ready. The sauce is started. That flour just needs to cook out of that. So we'll just have a look at this fish now, and you should see it. It should be nice and kind of translucent. It should just flake away nicely. Yeah, there you go. Still kind of translucent in the middle, but it is flaking. So just put that with the rest of your fish over here. Nice big flakes. You don't want it to be too small. So I'm going to need my other hand for that. Okay, so that's just been ticking away there for about 10 and 15 minutes. So you want to just taste it now at this stage. You don't want it to be kind of tasty. You want the flour taste to have gone. You might need a bit more seasoning. I put a bit of black pepper in there. Controversial, some people say, with fish, but I like it. And then we are just going to kind of mix it all together now. I'm going to put a teaspoon of whole grain mustard in. I'm going to put the peas in, just straight out the freezer as they are. So we're going to get cooked. We'll just take it off the heat. We're going with all the herbs. And there's about 2 teaspoons of whole grain mustard. So just give that a nice mix. Get all that mustard mixed around, all those herbs. And then don't want to be mixing this too much. So we're just going to go in with the fish and just gently kind of fold it just to coat the sauce around it. You don't want it to be breaking down too much. So literally just mix it in together. We're off the heat, remember, so it's not going to cook yet. We want it to do the cooking in the pie as opposed. Some people will finish this, but then you just end up with like the fish all just cooking down to kind of mush, and I don't like that. So that's what you want. It's, you know, it's nice and stiff, because it will loosen up when the moisture comes out of the fish and the steam with having the lid of the potato on the top. It will kind of loosen a bit more. So you don't want to be any wetter than that. And from there, we will just spoon that into our pie dish, and just try and make sure, especially with the salmon or whatever, pink, if you're using trout or whatever, if you've got some pink fish, just make sure it kind of, that every portion is going to get a bit of fish and a mix of fish and stuff. So if you're doing, like, if you were putting prawns in or scallops or whatever, you could be kind of dotting them in as well as just kind of whatever your base mix is of fish. So I've tasted that, and that's all good. It's seasoned well. My mash is seasoned, so I'm just going to start building it now. So I'm just going to put that in to the pie dish. You want to be going kind of 2/3 of the way up with the fish. I've probably got enough there for 2, so what I'll probably do is we might have it for lunch, have it for dinner tonight, and then the rest for lunch tomorrow. I'll just pop a fresh one in the oven. That's the pie element. The fish is all in there. I've got kind of made sure that there's a bit of salmon everywhere, and then I'm just kind of warming through the mash, and then I'll start building that on top. Shame I've not got 3 hands. I need to get myself a tripod or something. So yeah, just make sure your mash is mixed on, and then we're just going to spread it on top. Kind of raise it a little bit above the lid, and just make sure it's all kind of sealed around the edges. What I meant to say earlier, actually, just check your fish at the start. Make sure there's no bones. I did find 1 or 2 bones in the coli there as I was flaking it down. So just have a really good look, because the last thing you want to be doing is putting a forkful of this in your mouth and getting some bones. So just be really, really diligent. So that's hot. I'll start building. So that's all kind of sealed in. Just make sure on the edges, if there was a weakness, then all your filling's going to start bubbling out of there. So just try and make sure it's nicely sealed. Give it a few lines. If you want, you could put some breadcrumbs over the top now with your cheese. Breadcrumbs would go really crispy as well. I'm just going to put it in as it is with a bit of cheese. If you've got smoked cheddar, it's lovely on the top. But I'm just going to go with some normal cheddar and a little bit of Parmesan. So just there's a nice bit of cheese on top. Put it into a tray so that it's not spewing all over the bottom of the oven, and just go in. Nice hot oven, 200 degrees. Give it 20 minutes, half an hour to get nice and crispy. In the meantime, have a tidy up. We're going to have a small bit of broccoli knocking around the fridge, so we'll have a bit of broccoli with it as well, and I'll show you it when it comes out the oven. There we go, nice crispy top. I'll just let that rest for a minute now, and I'll throw the bit of broccoli on. And that is it.